Chris Brockman, you invited T.J. Jefferson to stop by your spot tonight.
I did.
To watch the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight.
Yeah, it's an event.
On Netflix. And T.J., your response was?
I'm good.
That was actually his response.
I know.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Why are you good?
I don't.
Are you uninterested in the fight?
I kind of am.
Why? We've been talking about it for months.
And my interest has not been high in months. I don't know. There's a whole circus element to this. I don't like the fact to think that Paul could beat Mike Tyson like that. And if it is it realistic? Is it something on this up and up? I don't know, man. Like, of course, that sounds weird coming to me being the biggest pro wrestling fan, but at least I know the deal with that. I don't know the deal with this. So, I don't know, man.
I just remember when we were kids, the Mike Tyson fight was an event.
Yeah.
It was on HBO,
Yep.
and HBO was kind of free in the early days of cable.
Couldn't be late for it either.
And you couldn't be late because there was a good chance it was over in
a minute,
2 minutes.
By the time the popcorn was done.
Yeah, not a lot of them went past the first round. And look, I know Mike hasn't fought since 2005, and the ending was not great, obviously.
Yep.
And now it's back. Look, nostalgia is one of the most dangerous drugs that we have, and I feel like, I don't know, it's a chance for Mike to put the kid in his place, and I don't want to miss it. And in case it happens, I want to make sure that I'm watching. And I think that's why I'm so excited for it.
We saw Jake Paul at Fanatics Fest in New York.
We did.
He's bigger than you think.
He's a very big man.
He's a much bigger dude than you think.
And if you see some of the pictures, he kind of towers over Mike a little bit.
Mike's only like 5'10", though. So.
Well, Mike was never taller than most anybody. He just was so fast and so brutal
and so frightening.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he slapped him open-handed. Mm-hmm. Now this one, that was. Do you think that was planned? Now that one, right?
Now, I tell you, I saw a video, right, that somebody connected to this video. And years ago, Tyson was talking about his feet and how he hates people stepping on his feet.
Oh, okay.
And they connected that. And this video had to be well over 10 years old. And then when you look, Jake Paul actually did step on his toe. And that's what elicited the slap. So, I doubt that they did that much of a deep dive to be like, hey, let's do this.
Right.
So maybe it could have been on the up and up.
Look, it's only 8 rounds. They're 2-minute rounds.
Jake Paul, this is a pinch me moment. I got slapped by Mike Tyson.
That's funny. Man.
Man.
It's only going to be like 20 minutes, and it's part of a much bigger card. The women's fight is actually huge and a monster. So
yeah.
Look, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. We've been talking about it for a long time. It was postponed. It was supposed to happen over the summer, but. Is
this going to be like a Netflix mixed event, like where they'll have the Great British Baking Show in between some of these cards?
Oh, I thought you meant like at the World Series where all the Fox people on the news shows.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, there's Paul Hollywood sitting in the front.
Yeah, that would be great. The cast of Emily Goes to Paris.
Wow.
Or whatever.
Okay, your Netflix, huh?
I'm on it. I have a toddler.
Maybe TJ doesn't want to watch this fight because it's been a long time since he's seen a fight put up in AT&T Stadium.
Wow.
What's more likely? Hold on a minute. In all seriousness.
You think the curtains will be up?
What's more likely?
That the Jets lose? Is that one of the things?
Don't go Jets. I'm impervious. I am impervious.
I love how you can just disassociate yourself, but I can't.
Oh, fully disassociating myself.
By the way,
happily and fully in a disassociative sense, like I'm on ayahuasca in Egypt.
I know you don't
That's how
read the
disassociated
comments,
I am.
But there are a lot of comments on YouTube clips asking this exact same question. Why are you allowed to just be like, hey, the Jets...
Because I mean it and feel it.
Okay, but when I tell you that I don't, I'm cool with it, you refuse to accept any answer for me that does not involve me curled up in the fetal position because the Dallas Cowboys lost the football game, which is never going to happen.
Okay.
Because I won some black cement threes on sneakers last night. Life is great, baby. I'm doing well.
So,
Brockman won them too.
So, now that
You're crazy.
You've gotten that off your chest. Excellent soliloquy, by the way.
Thank you.
Look
Thank
at you.
Today's the Macho Man's birthday. I'm great today, Rich.
It's a What's More Likely Friday. We're playing it later, top of hour number 3. What's more likely?
Oh, God.
What's more likely? How do I phrase this? What's more likely to last more competitively in AT&T Stadium?
Oh, gosh.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Or the Texans and the
8
Cowboys.
rounds of 2 minutes apiece.
Yep.
That's 16 minutes.
16 whole minutes.
We're not including, do we include in between rounds?
Well,
Do we
it's,
include it?
it's just a minute between rounds.
So that's fine, but that.
Yeah, the fight's literally going to be over in a half hour.
Okay. Or a half hour of game time on Monday night between the Cowboys and Texans.
What's more competitive?
In the last home games for the Dallas Cowboys, the competition has essentially been over by halftime. That's 30 minutes. Now, obviously, Tyson and Paul lasts 3 rounds. Now, the Texans would have to put up like 14-17 in the first 7 minutes of the first quarter, which makes it less likely that the Cowboys and Texans would win this conversation.
I mean,
What's more
It
likely?
was 14-6 at the end of last week's game.
More
So
likely?
I don't know if that's over.
Okay.
You never felt Dallas was in the game last week.
I
though.
did in the first quarter.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I weirdly think Dallas might keep it close.
Okay. So that's where you're going likely there.
Yeah.
Okay. Just throwing it out there.
I like it.
He thinks I'm trolling.
It was also
I thought it was a legitimate.
14-10 the game before that at halftime.
What? 14-10 who?
We were losing, but you made it seem like the games were over at halftime is what.
Oh, well, I mean, against Detroit it was, and Baltimore and New Orleans it was.
That's not the last 3 weeks.
Okay. I'm talking about at home.
So,
Oh,
so
These have
which are
been-
you
that's
taking?
been your problem at home.
Yeah.
No,
At home.
Not just
In this stadium, it's been a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you taking the game? Are you taking Cowboys?
To win?
No, to be more competitive than the fight.
Question is, will Tyson be bothered if the fans are watching him work out or eat lunch before the fight?
Well, he probably won't do that there.
Does he come out swinging on this? Or
Yes.
Because
Yes.
how long can he?
Right.
2 minutes,
Last
he's got to
now.
come just like
Mike needs to knock him out in the first couple rounds.
bang it out real quick.
He looked like an AI version of himself standing there in his.
Well, have
in
you
his
seen the
thong
have you
underwear.
seen the viral interview that's gone nuts with him and this 14-year-old girl reporter who's also from Brooklyn?
Okay.
Where she asked him about his legacy,
Legacy,
and
yeah.
he was basically like, "I'm going to be dead soon. There's no legacy. It doesn't matter."
Oh my
legacy,
God.
Legacy is something that someone just created.
It was intense and
Let me tell you,
scary.
Did you see the other?
Mike Tyson's legacy is one of the most ferocious fighters that has ever laced up a pair of gloves.
Facts.
I mean, his four-year window was one of the greatest things ever.
Absolutely flamed out when he could have raised his level of success.
If he would have had a better
That's it.
team around him,
Right.
this whole story.
Oh, I
would have been
mean,
different,
so
you
on
know?
and so
Sure,
forth. I mean,
yeah,
But Rich, there was also an interview he did where, and this was actually kind of scary. He was like, "To my kids, I'm nobody. I'm nobody special, but they're gonna find out that their dad was at one time special." And the way he said it,
Yeah,
made me go, "Okay, I now believe
it was
this.
the "I'm bringing the devil to the
I'm
ring."
like
moment.
my,
And it's just
my
like,
kids
whoa.
don't know anything about me, but they're gonna know."
Yeah.
well, you remember that moment he was sitting right here in 2015 when I asked him how many rounds can you give me? He goes, "I don't want to think about it." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Because whenever I think about getting back in the ring or boxing, I go to a dark place."
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, "Let's take a break."
Yeah,
You know, and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
I think he's in that spot right now. To be honest with you,
I
he
mean,
has to be.
he has to be. If not, he could get really injured.
That's the other thing.
tonight.
They're touching gloves around what 7:30 Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, something like that. The card starts at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern,
Right.
on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least TJ got an invite.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, I don't know if you're on a plane to Canada tonight.
we
you know
don't
what I mean?
know.
I don't know. I don't know where your
schedule.
travels are
You
like.
did look straight past Jay.
I did. I went right
and
to TJ.
went right to TJ.
Felly, I'm
That
I'm
did
sorry.
happen.
Accept my apology, please.
I accept.
Thank you.
That's his way of saying I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. Do you want to come over? Or it's just me and Cage tonight.
I'm good.
Can I, and here's the other question. Here's the other thing.
That was such an easy setup.
Can I let Cage watch this? Is it cool to if I let him watch
Yeah.
this?
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
there'll probably be some words said. You might want to keep the volume low.
I don't know.
But
I mean, I don't.
He
I
also
don't,
might be asleep by 7:30. I'm just saying.
But that said,
in case
like,
he's awake.
has he ever seen one person beat up another?
You mean aside from him doing it to me?
he's
Yes, that's one thing.
he's caught Chris low a few times.
Okay.
This one is like Jake.
No, I know,
There
I
will be
know.
a moment where one guy might stun the other.
Yeah, I know.
And then continuously pummel that person.
Not really.
So then,
I mean, he's seen some Marvel movies, I guess.
So then maybe
Look,
you know.
if he saw Thanos lump up the Hulk, then he can survive seeing that.
We haven't
'cause-
gotten that far yet.
Man, because
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
mean,
shook about
That's
that.
spoiler alert. I haven't got there yet.
You know, my philosophy on all of this is that in terms of what you're showing your kids, there's the standard kids fare, then there's movies that are inappropriate, then there's moments like maybe this, but the worst of all is Caillou. Showing your child that whiny Canadian is far worse
didn't Caillou
than
come
watching
back?
blood get drawn
Caillou got
by
canceled,
one
then came
man
back.
pummeling another.
There's literally
You
few things
understand?
on earth you hate more than Caillou.
Honestly.
I don't know if there's 5.
That's the range. That's the
talking
range of
everything.
awfulness. Okay?
No, we're a Caillou free zone. Yeah,
That whiny
Caillou
Canadian teaches the worst things imaginable. Like, I'd rather his child watch one man beat up another than Caillou.
Thank you. All right, good to know.
On behalf.
Good to know.
Oh,
Good-
by the way,
good
Susie
note.
feels the same way
Good
on
note.
behalf of
Yep,
my
of
entire
course.
family, who adores you and Sarah and your beautiful boy.
Good note. Thank you.
Caillou.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.